Welcome back. It is the Terry Shore Group post-game show celebration on the homecoming field taking place right now. Jays 2-0 in district play. Sean Silvas down with Bluejay head coach Kelly Beeby. Sean?
All right, guys, I'm here with head Guthrie football coach Kelly Beeby. Coach, after 4 weeks away from the Rock, we're back here, homecoming night. How big was this night for Guthrie football?
Well, myself and the staff and the boys have been looking forward, jumping on that yellow dog. It's been 100 degrees and driving, to all the places we've been, to getting back home. And then you add homecoming into that, which the atmosphere is always just, incredible. Our guys that hadn't been a part of it before, I told them, I said it'll be a packed house. The crowd will be energized, and that stood up.
Now on the offensive side of the football, center goes down early. Yogi Creed steps in, make an adjustment. Rice really seems to be finding his groove, throwing that football. You had Rainwater had an amazing game tonight. Just talk to us about how this offense is developing this season and how important it is to have them putting points on the board.
Well, and I told our guys, whenever their jersey number 4 has been healthy, these guys have been electric, and I think we saw that early on in the ball game. But Coach Sanders, he's got about 7 of those guys he's got ready to play at all times. And obviously our number 1 center is our number 1 center for a reason. He gets the snap back there best, but Yogi came in and did a great job in both protection and pin blocks and pull blocks and all the good things that we need him to do so the rest of our offensive line can function. Jace has been dynamic catching the ball this entire year. I think our coaches really worked quite a bit this week on a more quick and intermediate pass game, for this ball game, and to continue on through the season. And I think the kids really bought into that. I told Dalen at about 4 o'clock today, I said, hey, we're wearing blue tonight. You know what I mean? So throw it to the guys wearing blue. And he smiled and laughed. And, if everybody forgets, he's a big old 6'4" kid, but you've got to remember he's a sophomore who's played in 4 ball games, so 5 now, I guess. So, and Colton, continues to be great, with his feet. He can throw the ball as well, so.
Yeah, so I guess the most obvious coaching sometimes is the best. Now, on the other side of the football, it was a 14-14 game. Noble came out really establishing their pass game, kind of knew what they were wanting to do and having success. And then from 14-14 on, it looked like you made some defensive adjustments. Those defensive backs really stepped up, started having success. Talk to us about what adjustments were made and why they were so successful.
Well, we decided that, that they had pretty well abandoned the running game. And we didn't feel like they could beat us with the running game, even with a light box. So Wednesday, once we got everybody back healthy, we had kind of worked on a little package to get some more guys out of the box and into the coverage game because, 4 and 6 both had over 800 yards receiving last year. 2 is cat quick, the 11 and 12 are long. And their quarterback, just a junior, but he's got a lot of moxie about him. We've seen some quarterbacks in stature, things like that, more impressive than him. But, he's a playmaker. And we knew that was going to be our situation. So, we kind of went more to a coverage concept, which is rare for Guthrie. Kellen was like, why aren't we sending 9 guys, I said, because we gave up 14 points when we were sending 9 guys. But no, as far as, Zane, Darion, Colton, Skaman, Carpenter, those guys in the back end, had a lot of contested balls, not many runs for catch tonight, those type of things. And then we used multiple guys on that 3-down look, our regular defensive end, Mike and AC had the big sack. So all in all, it was just something we had in our back pocket if we needed it and wound up using it quite a bit.
So big district game next week against El Reno, trying to secure that home field advantage for the playoffs. What are the keys going to be to that game next week?
It's a totally different animal than Noble. They're going to be in, 22 and sometimes 32 personnel, power counter. They are massive. Then defensively, their structure is quite a bit like ours. They'll be in a 5-2 with a 2-high structure, and they're a physical, violent team. That I always tell people, Shawnee, Guthrie, and El Reno are very like twin, triplet sisters, as far as the type of kids they have, the type of mentality they have. So it'll be a dogfight over there, and it's a huge game for both of us, as we try to push for that home playoff game. So, yeah, big week ahead next week.
So this night we were talking about before we went on air, just a crazy night. We start the night off with a Blackhawk helicopter, a lot of crazy calls on the field, back and forth first half. You got homecoming, a lot of just old football players here. Just how exciting is this environment for you as a coach?
Well, you know, most of the day I feel like I'm going to throw up, you know, because I don't know where the kids are and those kind of things, and then you add in the 93 degrees or whatever. But, you know, our boys showed up, locked in and focused. You know, I think we started a little bit slow because we didn't realize quite how good these guys were. You know, sometimes you look at a record, I said, well, guys, they play the same teams we played, you know, and we're 2-2. So, but as we settled into the ball game and kind of figured out how they wanted to attack us and made our adjustments, got the running game going, you know, good things happen. But as far as the crowd and seeing a lot of the old timers, you know, it's a special place, you know, and I don't know that anybody does homecoming quite like we do. And just proud to be a part of it.
All right, well, Coach, we appreciate it. Great game tonight. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Congratulations on another win. Guys, back to you.
That is the thoughts of the head coach of the Guthrie Bluejays, Coach Kelly Beeby. Great job, as always, Sean Silvas. By the way, Phil Nichols, Kelly Beeby in homecoming games, 10-0.
That's a good feeling. That's a good feeling, and this was a good win. You know, been gone the entire month of September, no home games, so it was good to get back here. First one back happens to be homecomer and put up a big win, 31-14 for the Jays.
By the way, Rafe Watkins was 11-2 in homecoming games. They're watering the field down. They're watering the baseball field, getting ready for the departure of the Blackhawk. We might still be on the air when that thing lifts. We will definitely bring it to you if that's the case. Take a timeout. We'll talk about our good friends from Terry Insure Group. We still have our Black Oak Alliance highlights of the game, as well as some scores from around the state of Oklahoma. This is the Terra Insure Group post-game show.